We got the media team in here. We're the media
We're the
team.
media team. We got content. TV's in the go. We got TV in the go, Wack.
You looking for that fire Clubhouse content? Well, you need to subscribe to the home. Hey, yo, Clubhouse TV. Let's get to the content.
That's a good one.
Spin the block.
Did we, other people pay? We found bus paperwork. What, any of the people that's how the people out on bail ain't gonna have, well, they should, right? Lavish?
All right, so everybody who got bail, they just got the release. They already went through their arraignment and stuff. And so that's out. We got all theirs. Only one we don't got is Buddy.
So does it give a breakdown on, or is they stuff just in the big U indictment?
It's just in the big U indictment.
Spin the block.
So they don't have an individual.
No, well, yeah.
Yeah, they got an individual. Hell yeah, they got an individual. Every person on the case gonna have an individual file.
Yeah, so yes and no. So it's all tied into one. So when you look up that case number, it's gonna have all of them, all their docket sheets gonna be all together.
Nah, though, Lavish, they gonna all have their own separate ones too, though, bro.
Right.
It's not gonna all they shit ain't gonna pop up on just that indictment. They gonna all have their own separate files with everything that's going on with them, like the minute hearings from every court hearing they had, all that. Each profile gonna have it. Each person gonna have it.
That's gonna be on that same. So when you go to Pacer, right, and you type that docket in, it's gonna have everybody's shit right there with related cases as far as the history transcript, because it's all connected to that indictment. For those seven, just for those seven, not for the rest of them.
Here go the thing. So I know Bricc Baby, but he's not in their immediate indictment. Bus is there. The other dude up top, I see his. But anybody, like the girl, the two girls, you got Luce Cannon, you got Martin, and you got all the people. It seemed to me like everything come up on the big U name and all they shit is in there, or what they all have a individual. Is there any individual documents as far as court proceedings or what they participated in, to where it's just singling out? Because I don't believe they all going to court together, are they?
No. So it'll be just like you said. It'll all fall under that indictment. So it'll be right there. But like as you see, it'll be like 19, 20, 21. It'll be individual like that, but it'll all be in the same place. Now the ones who weren't on that initial indictment, like Bricc Baby, he'll have his own docket number.
Yeah, he got his own shit, but we can read his own.
The issue is that it's multiple investigations at the same time. So Operation Jordan was Big U Enterprise plus the Rolling 60s plus everything that went into it. So you're gonna have multiple indictments. The bus nigga has his own. Bricc has his own. Big U has his own. Within the Big U has 7 of the 19, and then there's more after that.
Yeah, because I believe Bricc Babies is in Bus is in Bricc Babies shit is in Bus's shit, right?
They're just related. They're together, but they're related. They're related cases, separate indictments.
So you won't see no separate paperwork on the people that's named under the big U thing.
They all have separate paperwork.
Well, you'll see separate paperwork, but they'll be together. Like the one we were just looking for, it would be there. There'll be no way around it. Like after Buddy went to court, there should be something saying what happened as far as next court date.
Hold on.
I think what Wack trying to say is what Prince just explained.
Okay.
That each one gonna have their own separate files. Like Prince just said, they're gonna have their own separate files of everything, every motion their attorney might have put in, and all that. You know what I'm saying? All that shit's supposed to be updated.
So
basically.
out of the 7, only 2 of them is still in there, which is Luce Cannon and Big U, right?
I think
everybody else they let go.
Right. And you can see all that. Yeah.
On everybody else, you just see like a bail order, or release order, or whatever, right?
Correct.
They probably ain't been to court, but for that to be arraigned or whatever, they ain't. Now, do they have an individual like breakdown of like what Martin allegedly did, what Monty legend he did. I know we see it in the Big U overall, but where they have a separate one.
Yeah, if you pull their own file, you'll be able to see that. If you pull their own file, like they name and they file they case by themselves, like they file with all them numbers that go down on the side, you'll be able to see all that.
Yeah. So no.
Can you get to everybody's file?
No, you don't. There is no breakdown. It's not going to say so and so charged with doing this. That's not how it works.
Nah, Lavish. You can put personal people files, bro. You can.
So
Listen,
you can.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
You're right, bro. Slow down.
1 second.
So hold on. But with Luce's case, it's different because he has a detention hearing, right? In Martin's case, because the other dudes got bail, like Robinson got bail, his just has his bail hearing, him getting bail, a separate document. So even though you're right, it's the same case, all the minute orders are going to be different because they have individual defendant filings between them all.
Exactly.
So that's
right, but
that's just the guys that are.
I don't think that's what bro is saying.
I'm gonna finish it. Hold on. Let me finish it. Let me finish, bro. Then everybody that's under the Big U indictment have all been to court. It's only 7 people under the Big U indictment. Separate those guys. Then you have Christopher Bus. He has his own indictment. Separate him.
Yeah,
then you have Bricc Baby.
You can see
right.
His.
So
they spell out why he was arrested and all that, right?
Because he has his own separate indictment. Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, okay, so when Trap Kitchen Monty or Luce Cannon goes to court, right? Those minute orders, where do they go?
They go into the individual files.
No, they're going to go into that Big U indictment. That's where they're going to go.
No, but they also going to go in their individual files.
Of course,
Prince is right, bro.
Of course. But it's not going to say Trap Kitchen Monty versus USA. It's going to have that indictment.
No, that's not what we're saying.
That's the point we're trying to tell you. It does say that. So just listen to what we're trying to tell you.
We're trying to say that each person got their own.
Trap Kitchen's name by itself, it says USA versus Trap Kitchen. It says USA versus Tremont Ashley Williams. It says USA versus Christian Bus. They're just all under the indictment of Big U. That's what we're trying to tell you.
Because we searched them all. Everybody's individual.
Yes, but here's the point. We've looked through everybody's individual. It's just not yet. No. Bro, just slow down and listen what I'm trying to tell you. Under that indictment number, each individual person indicted, you can search their indictment under that number. They have an individual case file under that number. Each person is indicted under that number. They go to court under that number. They all have individual minute orders under that number. So slow down. If you search USA versus Jermaine Williams, it'll come up with his individual case file under that Big U indictment number.
You're right.
It'll also show you any other indictments that he had in the feds because you're searching by his name.
Right. But he's saying, is it going to the way to see what he did?
You're not letting me answer his question because you keep interjecting.
All right, answer.
So each individual case file is the same up until the point where they go to court individually. So up until a point, each individual case file was built with just the indictment. And then when they started adding each individual person's specific minute orders, that's when they build their case file. So if you go pull Tremaine Ashley Williams, it'll have different minute orders than Monty Kitchens will, because he's been to court and had different filings. So when you pull the case number, what Wack is asking you is, will there be different minutes? Yes, there will be different minutes in each individual case file for each person on this indictment, which is the 7 people indicted. That answers his question.
Facts.
All right, so
that's perfect breakdown.
So were you talking about the breakdown of what they did? What?
We haven't got to that answer yet because we have individually. They all have the big U indictment. The Big U indictment is in each of their files. After that, if there's an individual filing, like once again in the Bricc Baby issue, they filed a motion to resist this.
I get the minute orders. I get the minute orders. I'm not trying to keep going back to that. I get what you're saying. Right? I understand it. I've been there, done it. So I get it. Right. My thing is the breakdown. I think he said the breakdown of what they did. Right. Like there won't be a separate breakdown of what they did. Does that make sense?
If you go into each individual person's file, right?
If it is, I can't find it. If you saying it is,
Did
I
you
want to
look
see it.
yet?
Yeah, I
Did
did.
you look yet?
Yeah, I want to see it. Because that'll help me out a lot.
So go look.
If you can send it, just drop it back there in the chat.
You can go look yourself, bro.
I say I can't find it. I can't find it. The only thing I can see is the minute orders and
So
just the
answer the man's
bond
question.
arrangements and like.
Answer the man's question after you get to the point where each person on the indictment has a different case number. If something was filed for that person, it's under the individual case file. So each individual person, what Wack is asking in the Bricc situation, is there something filed that says that no, because they don't have a resistance to bail? If you go to Sylvester Robinson's case file, you'll see there's something different. There's a bail request. There's a bail order.
No,
That's a different something.
I get all that. I'm talking about the breakdown of what he did. And you're saying
Give me a legal term. What does that mean? The breakdown of what does that mean? His individual indictment. He's not indicted individually.
Relax. Right.
I am relaxed. His indictment is not individually.
And that answers my question. So there's not going to be a different indictment sheet. It's just going to all come from right there, that indictment, and then it's going to say ETL and then so-and-so's name and then so-and-so's name. Correct?
Bro, I don't even know what you're talking about, so I'm going to just get up this fucking thing.
I'll show it to you.
You want some weird shit, bro.
Hold on, that's some bullshit. Where Prince go?
Right here, huh?
All right, so listen, we trying to figure it out. Niggas is teammates, so
yeah, I don't know why he's getting upset.
We ain't supposed to get in that space with each other. So okay, so let's break it down. Okay, one, we have the overall Big U Enterprise indictment, which names the 7 people. Okay, boom. So I'm trying to see what Prince is saying. I think what Prince is saying is within that overall indictment, individually, everybody has a file on what is going on. So let's go to what is going on. So if Monty Johnson and all these people got bail, you'll see the bail hearing paperwork, right? Which
you will.
Okay, now boom. All right, cool. So then we got 2 people that don't have bail. One person, there's no question because the overall indictment is on him. So his paperwork is the 75 pages we kind of read. If he goes to court and shit getting dismissed and or added on, that will become part of his personal file. Prince, am I on the right track?
Yes. As we seen with Luce and Bricc.
Okay. Now, we're going to leave Bricc out of it because Bricc is not in the
I got you.
overall Big U indictment.
I got you.
So, Luce Cannon, he went to a hearing. Would those minute orders on what transpired in the hearing be available in his personal file that's under the Big U and Enterprise indictment?
Correct.
Okay, so I think what Lavish is saying is we can't see that.
So that's not what he's saying, right? So what he doesn't understand that each individual person,
yeah,
because if you actually search and do the paperwork, then you'll know that each individual person has a file in the feds under that indictment number. Only those people.
You're saying you can't see the procedure. I'm gonna tell you why I'm asking. I gotta hit Reggie. I heard Reggie the other day, and he made mention of what happened in the courtroom.
And I can't see it. That's all I'm saying.
And I'm like, damn, how Reggie's saying? He said something to the effect of, I forget exactly what he said, but it was something I hadn't heard him say, Luce Cannon talk about, or his wife talk about. So I'm like, I don't know, Reggie, where you get that from? It sound like
was it from the recent the bail? Maybe he heard something Eddie Boy said, because I heard a clip of Eddie Boy recently.
Him and the old dude, Melvin Farmer, he said something.
Okay, because Eddie Boy was talking on a clip, and he said he's waiting for the minute orders to come out so everybody could see. But Eddie Boy explained what happened in court, though. He just said he waiting on the minute order so everybody could see that what he's saying is true.
So
but the minute orders ain't came yet.
That
Right,
might be
that's
where
my
he got
point.
it from. So yeah, okay, so well shit, it's only 2 people that's going to court that'll get some minute orders. I don't think nobody else been to court outside of their bail hearing or whatever that was. So I think the thing is coming down to what's crazy is frustration going on amongst y'all, because I think y'all all trying to find the same thing. You can't find the mother, right? So the minute orders, okay, when Big U been to court, was you able to find some individual shit of when he went to court?
Of course, because we looked.
You was able to find individual on every single person except one person.
Except for the one.
And we know who that person is.
So you can't find individual shit on Luce Cannon?
Not the most recent stuff, not at all.
Oh.
But you can find his Vegas thing, right? I think I seen that.
Yes.
The Vegas thing, and I believe he been to court in LA twice or once. Well, I know his wife flew out once. I don't know what the other one was.
And you know what makes this even more crazy? We was able to see Bricc Baby's bail thing, like the rejection from the prosecution,
almost
a day before.
Right.
Yeah, we saw it immediately a day before the actual hearing even happened.
Oh, so you saw what they were submitting?
We saw basically, exactly.
Okay.
We saw that before Bricc even had the court.
Okay, so that same type form, do they have that form on Luce Cannon as well?
No.
We don't have that form on Luce Cannon, Wack, because we don't have a bail reconsideration form from Luce's lawyer in LA either. So preceding that motion to respond from the feds is the motion to reconsider bail. So you got Luce's.
Hold on. The Bricc Baby, do we have the proceedings on what actually happened? I know you said it was paperwork on before he even went to court. Was there some paperwork on what happened while he was in court that came on after that, or is just what they had prior to? Because nothing changed, baby. I'm guessing that whatever they had prior to is saying they was going to deny bond, right?
They were showing the reasons they wanted to deny bond, yeah.
Right. So do they have what happened in court when he finally went? You know what I'm saying?
That's something we got to look at.
I don't believe that they're going to show that. I think it's just going to be if they gave it to him or not, right? But my thing is we don't have for Luce's, and this is my whole thing. I think I put it back there in the chat last night. So is we can't see that. We can't even see the why they don't want him to have it type shit.
Oh, so the same thing you saying, Ghost, they got for Bricc Baby prior to him going to court. Prince, y'all saying y'all don't even see that on Luce.
Exactly. It don't even have on Luce's file. It don't even have a court date or nothing for that day. Like it don't have nothing there, bro. Nothing.
That's what I was saying.
And I'm only saying two separate things, right? The first thing is Bricc filed for bail reconsideration. Then the feds filed that motion against him, right?
Oh, got you.
See what I'm saying? I don't see Luce just got his bail denied. Bricc got his bail denied originally.
Now, Prince.
But Luce got his bail denied originally too, though.
That's what I'm saying. But that was in Nevada. I'm with you. And LA, go ahead.
So in Vegas, they denied the bail, right?
Right.
So the LA one he just went to wouldn't be considered a bail consideration?
Remember, that's where that detention order came out of, remember? Out of Vegas.
The detention order came out of Vegas, I know.
Right.
But his last time when Eddie Boy was in the courtroom, was that not a bail reconsideration?
That was his first bail hearing.
Well, what was that in Vegas? That was just a detention order and that wasn't a bail hearing?
Detention hearing.
Okay, so you saying that whole proceedings wouldn't be in the minute order? What he just did in LA?
I'm saying that, to me, that's separate, right? We're just waiting for the minute order for that actual bail hearing, right?
Yeah, the one he just went to. That's what I'm talking about.
Whether or not the state's gonna file the same memo they filed against Bricc, we'll know that when he files his bail reconsideration and they file their opposition to it.
Yeah,
Two
you're
separate
down the
things we're
street.
waiting
So
on.
you saying this one, what he just went in there on, it won't be nothing seen.
It should be something seen. It just
That's
not. It's
the
not there.
point. No,
Nothing seen.
listen,
Hold on.
Every
Let me
time
show.
you
Hold
go,
on.
oh, go ahead.
So
The
hold on.
one
Let
he
me
was
show.
just in there on.
Nothing seen on the same document that they filed on Bricc Baby. Two separate things. The memo for reconsideration, wait on that. The minute orders from the bail reconsideration, the bail hearing, we need that now. Where is that at? So two separate things. Minute order from the bail hearing, memo for reconsideration, if he files it.
Yeah, we not
But
even at
him
the
and Bricc Baby had the
reconsideration because
same.
we don't. Yeah, we're not at the reconsideration because he would have to file that to get that, right?
That's what I'm right.
So we're at, which I'm sure he will. We're at what we know would happen, and we do know it was a court date.
That's the nuts of it. Anytime you go into a federal, courtroom, there'll be paperwork attached.
It's a lot of chatter going on, so I'm trying to see the reasons why it wouldn't be shown right now if there was a reason. What are you talking about? A Las Vegas case? It's a Las Vegas. I don't know nothing about a Las Vegas. The only thing I know, they arrested him in Vegas, held him and took him to L.A. I don't know nothing about a Vegas case. Is the Vegas case open?
So ain't that what he was locked up for in Vegas, or was that a California case just held in Vegas?
What case you talking about? The Big U shit is Big U. That's L.A.
Nah, he had another warrant. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab it. He had something else. So I'm trying to figure out if they're holding him.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, I checked that too. That Fed case was like the transfer, like paperwork. You know what I mean? In between, I didn't see nothing in his name for anything else.
It was kind of like Luce Cannon had to be extradited.
Yeah, basically what it was.
So did the warrant just disappear, or was he just talking some bullshit? Because his wife was like, remember you had that warrant out that we had to handle. You wanted to go sit down anyway, type shit. It could have just been some bullshit.
Oh, I don't know.
It wasn't no fair shit.
I don't think it was fed though.
I don't know nothing about. I didn't hear that conversation. Bro. Listen, and everybody got to remember this is the situation Luce Cannon is in, and I told bro this. Hey, look, bro, they are literally taking everything you say as is real. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you on here running content for YouTube or your channel, the police taking this shit that is real. For instance, they told me that him on the phone saying they had a riot came up in court. The DA or whatever you call him said he's still promoting violence on the phone. Now, for them to say Luce Cannon is still promoting violence on the phone, Luce in his head, he running content. But the situation he in and the police, law enforcement is taking everything he's saying as real because they said, we did our research and there was no riot and no fights in the unit on the yard. You get what I'm saying? So when they be talking on them phones, I take that shit with a grain of salt because me personally, I know he running content, but what I'm trying to get him to understand is, bro, they're taking your content, they're taking your character, they're taking what you're saying that you're using to entertain the YouTube people, the YouTube streets, as it's real. So if he get on there and say, yeah, baby, like right now, he got on there and said he broke his hand. There's no doubt in my mind that they're gonna go do a cavity search on him, check, and see if his hand is broke. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So now on the flip side, maybe it could work for him in the long run. Well, they'll start to understand that when he on the phone and when he doing these interviews, the niggas in character. But as of now, they're taking everything he's saying as real.
But also, Wack, he has to understand that he's already had his first bail hearing. He's already got his first denial. So he should understand whatever they told him is what they told him. Like if they use it against him, dog, you heard them use it against you. So either you're gonna stop at they told you, or they didn't tell you.
Okay, so here goes, what is this right here? U.S. versus William detention order. Is this this is the updated, right? I guess this is updated. Let me see.
Is it from
April
March?
9th.
Okay.
No, this is April 9th.
Okay.
So this gotta be it. It's like 4 pages. I don't know if they nature of defense, defendant role in alleged extortion robberies, 2 active protection orders, noting 1 is reciprocal, an outstanding warrant report of violent January 2025 incident. Is that no jumper? I gotta be. It says, I'm just reading. You see what I'm looking at, Prince?
Yeah, you reading that last page of that detention order?
Yeah, page 3, where it's in pen.
Yeah.
It's written in pen. I'm taking that. I did hear that they said they had a police report, but they didn't have a police report in there. So I think he's trying to file to get back in front of them to see if they can produce a police report.
Right.
Order that the defendant be committed to the custody. However, in the correctional, the defendant be afforded reasonable, opportunity to private order of court, United States. Yeah, so I guess this is what, I guess they don't do the minute orders of what happened in court, everything that was said. I think everybody's looking for all the Eddie Boy shit. That's what I'm guessing.
In the block.
I'm guessing that's why that's a big deal. What was said in there?
Like some type of like transcript.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess so. You know, whenever we go to fight in the state case, whatever they say in that room, boy, that court stenographer is over there tapping away. So that's probably what everybody's looking for. But nevertheless, that kills that narrative that nobody can find. Well, you can find this, and I guess what they have him in custody for, I guess they're just using the details that's in the overall Big U indictment. Right? Prince, the page 1819 or whatever.
And did that just come out today, Prince? What?
No, I don't know.
Let me see this.
This shit, I don't know. Ghost got it. It's just stamped April 9th. So I don't know when it was out. But I'm thinking, bro, everybody that's in there, it's just me thinking, I could be wrong, because we're looking for separate shit like Bricc got, but he's on a separate thing. I don't know. Can we find the Monty girl's individual breakdown of all her shit, or is just what's in the overall Big U indictment?
Give me not even 2 minutes. I just need to get her real name real quick.
Yeah, she's she had a funny last, maybe, I don't know if that's African or something.
There was 2 ladies though, right?
It's only 2 women, but her name is the real,
so
different name.
Unc, you hear?
Yeah.
So what we're looking at right now is the paperwork we were looking for. The first set of documents we needed. This is the first set. This is look, so that e-file date, remember, 4/8, 4/9 is just that e-file date. It took him about a week to get into the system, right?
Okay.
Remember that's why we said, hey, give it about a week. We
Yep.
should see it by
Yep.
next week, Friday, right? Give him the e-file that.
And
Because
really, they not giving you what happened. They just giving you why they holding.
Yeah, they just giving the outcome of what happened.
Nature of offense and defendant's role in the alleged extortion robberies. And that's kind of like, damn, that's bro, because they're using the robbery to say he was part of the extortion. But see, Lavish, where that gets tricky for me at, Ghost, and I kind of need you on this. You almost thought the exposers for the crash out. That's not gonna happen.
Listen, you understand, we got to get it right. We got one job to get it right. We passionate about getting it right. That's all that is. We going to get it right. Salute to the homies. Shout out the exposers. We all we got.
So here go the thing, right? So when I'm reading this, right? When I'm reading this shit right here, the reason for holding him, right? Let's go over nature of the offense. Okay, let's pay attention to that. Nature of the offense and defendant's role in the alleged extortion robberies, right? The 2 active protective orders, that's something else, and something in January 25, that's something else. Now, this is what with me goes. It says that 30 minutes after the robbery, the dude came to Big U house. And then Big U gave him some of the proceedings of the robbery. So, was this really a robbery on Dale, who was being extorted on many other occasions? This situation isolating it to Luce Cannon. We don't have Luce going to collect any money from Dale. That was like Vade doing the majority of that over the years. So in this situation, how do you tie Luce Cannon to an extortion robbery when the individual himself got paid proceedings from the robbery?
Because they saying, right, when you look into the paperwork, right, like when we went over the paperwork, it says the reason for this robbery, this particular robbery that Luce Cannon is charged with, was extortion. It was because Dale stopped paying that tax. So since Dale stopped paying that tax.
Stop right there. Let me make sure I'm understanding this some savage shit. So you're saying, this is what you're saying. Dale stopped answering the phone paying the tax. You talking about the $25,000 a month?
Yeah. I think it was $25,000 a month. It was something like that.
Okay, so you're saying because he stopped answering the phone and stopped paying the tax, that a robbery was put together on his spot. And then you're saying he was called. Okay, if you ain't paying and you ain't answering the phone, why would you answer to come to a nigga house after a robbery if you not part of the robbery?
Well, see, I don't think it was a call to his phone, and y'all can correct me on this if I'm wrong.
Get to the
So
house?
that's where
I think it says that somebody put him on their phone with Big U.
that's where he got put on the phone with one of the robbers at the dispensary. What?
Okay, so that made him come to the house, is what you're saying.
I mean, that's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying.
The nigga that ain't been answering the phone, stop paying. Okay, so while the robbery's been happening, they give him the phone and whatever said. So you saying that scared him to like, okay, I'm coming. That's what we hearing?
That's the way Dale explaining it.
Okay, yeah, because I missed, because I'm wondering, like, well, if this nigga showed up to the house after the robbery and got some of the proceeds, my next thing was, did he take these proceeds and turn them into the feds to be, you know what I'm saying, stamped as, hey, this is the things that they gave me back for the robbery, or did he take those proceeds and use them for his own personal?
Now, see, that's where it get tricky at. Now, when trial get to coming and they start giving the defense they evidence that the prosecution gonna use and shit, Who knows? That might be some of the evidence they have. It might not be. But if it
Get what
is
I'm
some of the
saying?
evidence, that's crazy.
Now, if let's just say, the robbery happened, Dell ain't answer the phone, boom. All right, robbery happens. They show up, nigga pass him the phone. Yeah, nigga, not answering the phone. You want some of this back? Pull up to the house. He pulls up to the house. From what they say in the paperwork, Big U says, see, this is what's throwing me. Big U's words in the documents are, now that's how you rob yourself. This is why I'm saying, like, okay, was the nigga involved or was he not involved? He said, now that's how you robbed yourself, and handed Dale some of the proceeds. So let's just say Big U was talking. Dale had no idea what this nigga was talking about. If Dale didn't take the proceeds and check them in to the feds as this is what they gave me back from the robbery, how does that affect the case?
I don't think it affects the case none, to be honest with you.
So if he kept the proceeds and just spent them himself?
Yeah, I don't think it affects the case none, because at the end of the day, he still got robbed because he didn't get everything back. He only got a portion of what was taken from him. You see what I'm saying?
But because you got to remember, there was never a police report filed because the dispensary is illegal.
That's true too.
So, unless, do they have video footage of the robbery?
See, that's the part we don't know. But me personally, I feel like if they did have video footage, they would have said that in the paperwork. But I can't say that they don't have it, because they might be, you know, that might be something they playing with their underhand.
Prince, any mention of some video footage and the Luce Cannon side?
No mention of video footage, just mention that they came in without masks and he could identify them.
Oh.
He said 9 individuals came without masks, and the ones he could identify was Robinson and Williams.
Oh, so we got a wild card in there.
Mm-hmm.
Robinson. So I wonder if Robinson collaborated the story. We can't get none of his shit, huh?
I got his shit too. What you need?
We got Robinson's personal shit?
But see, his shit is just a $15,000 bail shit.
There's no profit or nothing on him.
I already checked. No 5K1, no nothing. No downward departure, nothing of that. Not at this point. It's too early. It's just that bail.
Damn. That's crazy. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, this shit getting crazy right now.
Yeah, it is getting crazy.
So I think the wild card in Luce's case, correct me if I'm wrong, Ghost, I believe is Robinson. Because if dude identified Robinson and Luce, and we know Robinson been picked up already.
Right.
Because Robinson is, nigga, he the one go picking up every day. If Robinson collaborates Dale's story, that's a problem.
Yeah,
huh?
It is.
So Ghost and Wack, in the paperwork, it says that they corroborated Dale's story with the wiretap conversation between Henley and Robinson, talking about adding Monster to the extortion scheme, basically giving him the kickback. So having that same discussion of, hey, whatever you bring us, I'll give you a kickback up with Robinson. They got that conversation of saying, hey, this happened because Dale told us that he was kicking up as well. So the Luce Cannon interview corroborated the Dale story, and then the Dale story got corroborated with the Henley and
that's
Robinson
another thing.
corroboration. Yep.
That's another thing. Did Dale already tell his story prior to or after Luce Cannon said what he said on No Jumper?
Well, I think Prince pointed this out the other day. I think the way it's worded in the paperwork is if Luce Cannon basically corroborated it after he did the no jumper interview.
And we're getting that from the paperwork that says later on this story was corroborated. This robbery was corroborated by Williams on a podcast. It says later on this was corroborated, which means to us that he told that story already, and then they hear that story corroborated, and then we also have another corroborating piece of evidence: the phone call between Haley and Robinson talking about Dale getting paid off of some of the dispensaries that he brings to them to get robbed. So he's a part of the enterprise by being added to at that phone conversation at his house.
Well, no. I think he offered him that. He said,
Right.
He told Dale, "We'll give you 10,000 for every other dispensary you bring to us." Now, see, this was tricky about that.
Right.
Are they playing with the word and saying this robbery happened because of the 25,000 stopped being paid, or are they saying Dale collaborated with Big U as another option of payment to rob the dispensary that he's probably a partner in, and he's not gonna fill it because everything in there he ain't responsible for when it comes down to the financial side. You get what I'm saying? Even with that,
Right. I
it's,
see where you're going.
yeah, even with that, it still could be because they're gonna say he did it out of fear.
You're right. So it's the latter, but they're using a little bit of the former to argue it all. Right? They're saying that the whole robbery happened because the discussion happened on the phone between Healy and Robinson talking about kicking up. So when Dale talks about the robbery happened and then at the house we talked about kicking up, they're saying because kicking up matches kicking up, the whole robbery happened. So anything Dale says about the robbery is true, is corroborated. That's what they're saying.
Got you.
Right? It's just a kicking up conversation. That's the point. It's nothing else about the robbery that anybody else corroborates, though. They don't have any video evidence or anybody else at this point saying that they was at that dispensary, robbed those people. That's why we need to wait for who? Anything Robinson said. Because he's the only other person that, quote unquote, didn't have a mask that was there that committed the robbery according to the witness, who is Dale. So without no video, then who can say that they committed that robbery? Who was there?
Well,
He
I
named two
think
people.
this is where I think Robinson is a wild card, because if you got Dale who's saying what he's saying, and then he's saying, well, it was 9 people, I could identify 2, and he identifies Williams and Robinson. They snatched Robinson because he's all through there with the murder, remember? I believe he's the one that told them they got the call and left LA going to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's the only one could identify that. Big U ain't gonna tell him that. Only one tell him when they left is Robinson. And then the security could tell him when they pulled up. That's when the security pulled the gun because he didn't expect anybody. And if they questioned him, remember they took his DNA too. That's in the paperwork. They took his DNA to see if his DNA was on Rayshawn Williams' body. That's in there too. His came back negative. So I'm pretty damn sure they said, we got you on 20, 30, 40 counts of extortion, aiding in the abetting, this, that. We don't know if you were involved in the murder, but we know you drove him. We got reason, but did you know he was going out there to do that? You know the question they coming at him with, right?
Right.
So you know they asked him, were you at this robbery? He identified you and him. Was this person with you? That's the wild card.
You ready for the other wild card? What's his bail amount?
Whose?
Sylvester Robinson, Vay. Looking at it right now.
I don't know. I just know. I know he had bail with stipulations. What was it?
15,000.
Oh shit.
Like 15,000 was the total, or 150,000 with 10%?
What I say, Ghost?
God damn.
So did he have to give up the whole 15, or he had to give a percentage of that?
10% of 15,000 is what,
1,500?
$1,500?
Damn.
It's just, yo, custody status. Defendant is not in custody. Date and time of arrest on complaint. 3/19/25 at 6 a.m. Posted bond at complaint level on 3/19/25. Any amount of 15,000. This is his case summary, dated 3/26/25. Charged with 8 counts, 1962 and 1951. I'm gonna double check it right now, but I think the bus nigga bail is 10,000.
He got gun cases,
Yeah,
right?
he's the one that's charged with the distribution of the guns, basically running a gun broker without a license.
I just don't see like when it come to Luce and with this informant nigga, this saying what he's saying, bro. I just don't see a lot of wiggle room right there for Luce, bro. I don't see. I really don't see no wiggle room, to be honest. I don't see how you wiggle out of that. I don't see it. I just don't see it, bro.
So look, you think
Go ahead, on.
they gonna? Cause I don't believe she had no criminal history. That look like they got her kind of dead bang. So what you think their approach with her gonna be? Because it don't look like she was no hidey flights, but she was doing enough to you know, for them to do what they gotta do. You think they're gonna give her an option to just full out testify and be like she did it out of fear or whatever?
I think
But
they already gave her the option and she already took it.
but then again, she was paid too. So you think, well, I guess, well,
Was
she
she?
involved? Well, he said he was sexually involved with her.
That's what he said.
He said that.
And remember, they won't tell us. They didn't tell us who he's on the phone talking to either when he says that on the wiretap. I know he was on the phone for a little bit of it, right? The 2 calls that they're saying that he said that in, they're not telling us who he's talking to at all.
Oh, they didn't?
Nope.
And on that call, did he tell that individual that she talked to the feds?
Nope. Well, see, that's the thing. That's just a transcript of the call. That's not the whole call. They only have that one part, so I don't know. I can't tell you if it could be an hour-long call they were listening to, and they took that one part. I don't know. I just find that odd that they don't say who he's talking to, because everywhere else they say who he's talking to, who he's on the phone with. They'll say unidentified person or this person or Manny or whoever. So whoever he's like, I guess you can call it crying about the fact that they picked up whoop-de-whoop, person I had sex with and X, Y, and Z. Who's he talking to? Is that person going to tell?
Bro, that's a hard pill to swallow. I know his
wife?
Yeah. She's still showing up to court, it's just because of her, everybody showing up, I'm thinking.
Yeah, but she ain't green in the paperwork. For the paperwork, she ain't green. I'm not saying she know about this specific shit, but she ain't green.
Only thing I seen was a call to the dad, right?
I mean, but at that point, you kind of got to understand why you're calling to the dad. To tell him that your husband is getting caught by the murder. I mean, you ain't asking no questions. She did more than that, though.
Oh, the only thing I heard was, well, I kind of thought that on the August 23rd, 2023 arrest, I don't know if they spoke on that, but that's the one we knew about. That's the one after Bricc Baby told us in June. We know he got picked up, and I know they picked them both up. I do know that. So, but I don't see none of that in the paperwork, though. I noticed that. I don't see that arrest in the paperwork. I see the June 2023 DNA warrant for the DNA, but I don't see the August shit. I don't see it.
So, if you remember the paperwork at the end, it said that they left a subpoena on his desk, right? On his house.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So remember, he got a subpoena.
And that was to show up to court.
That was to turn yourself in.
Oh, when did they? When was that left? I remember you saying that, but when did they say?
Let me see. That's at the end. That's at the end of the indictment. He caught another charge for that section. Let me grab it.
Oh, so they left a subpoena for him to turn himself in, and he didn't.
He didn't, and that's where he left the Seattle Mariners hat with the subpoena on the desk, and then he fled the house with the wife.
Is that the one where they said he didn't come home for a couple weeks?
That's different. So that's after the 2-year anniversary of the killing of RW. That's when he
Oh,
started
that's
moving
after the
into.
phone call. That's after the phone call from the dad's
Right,
phone.
right.
Yeah, I missed the subpoena part.
And that's also when Robinson started driving the Mercedes Benz around, going to pick up the money and shit because Big U couldn't do it, I guess, or whatever. He didn't want to be seen.
Damn, they never had a clue that dude was. They never had a clue that dude was working, huh?
No clue. That's what I was saying
Yeah, what?
from the paperwork, the accepted calls. He has no clue he's on a hot phone at all.
Who? Nah, I don't know, bro. That don't make sense because the New Jersey indictment.
In the block.
Remember that was for his iCloud and his Facebook, his Instagram and his Facebook.
I mean, my nigga, you gotta assume though, like.
I mean, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Are you smarter than the fifth grader?
You know what I'm saying?
But you still having these convos. That's shit.
And that was 2022. Not only that, when did the investigation start for the kid? 2021, right?
February 2021.
Because the body wasn't out there but a night. I mean, overnight. They found the body 8 hours later or something, right?
Yep, investigation happened a month later.
But, so when did they start questioning him? Because we see because if you say 2-year anniversary, when they knocked on the door, that makes it 2023. Was that the first time they had questioned, or in this paperwork, when did Big U start telling people don't talk about the murder? Because it's all in the paperwork.
2023.
So 2 years went by before he felt like they was looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And then he contacted every single person though. And then by then, the Dell nigga is already on Wire. They have a meeting on April 14th where he's on Wire. Then they got a meeting at the taco shop
He had a meet with who? With Dale?
with Dell on Wire.
Do it say what they said?
Not all of it, just a transcript. I'm telling you, this shit's crazy. There's multiple meetings where Dale's wearing a wire or wherever he's at, the place is wired.
So Dale wore a wire, and the other dude, the other party promoter wore one too. The one they shook down for the 30. That's the DC nigga. That's what's the name is shit? Little clubs he got in Dallas, Houston. Is it V Live? I think V Live. Yeah,
And remember, that's it. And remember, it's not an issue until they hear Big U and the rest of those guys talking about the murder on the wiretaps. That's when they make the inculpatory statements on the wiretaps.
Wait, what did they start? See, I must have missed all that shit.
Oh shit!
They start talking about the actual.
Yeah, he tried to cover the whole shit up. That's when he go out there, press the producer, drive to Vegas, press the producer, calls the producer, all of that shit. Calls DS with the remember the shower shit? DS was in the shower. He got to pull up on DS.
I remember that, but
remember that? It's all the same time frame. So he gets the shit from the wife that the feds is investigating. Everything that happens after that, Unc, he calls every single person. Calls Robinson. They got that conversation. Calls Martin. They got that conversation.
Oh shit!
Calls DS. They got that conversation.
shit.
And remember, the mechanic shop is wire bugged at this point. So they're hearing everything that he's saying about the murder. So whatever he said to all of them, at this point, it's over.
Oh, so they ain't put that in the paperwork. They just said they got the conversation.
No, that's in the work, but it's not the total conversation.
And he was talking about the murder?
It says inculpatory statements about the murder of RW happened 2 years later after the murder. And then they go down the line of, hey, we served the paperwork to the wife. The wife called on this phone from the dad's phone that she never did before. We noticed that. Then after that, this is Big U's actions after that. He's on surveillance at the house. He never comes back to the house. So the agents that sit on his house report that he's not here. They know he's not at his other house because his cell phones aren't pinging there. So he's not at the house. He's not over here. So now they think he's ducking them for 2 weeks. What is he doing? Contact Robinson, contacts the witness, contacts everybody involved in that case, contacts the son, tells them to talk about the murder. All of that happens right after they show up at his house and hand that paperwork to the wife.
And then in June, they served a warrant for the DNA.
Bingo.
And this is after he did all this contacting everybody.
100%.
So why did he jump on that phone like that?
And remember, they also said that throughout the case, he directed associates to get on FaceTime as if he knew his phone was hot too. So that's another issue.
So they got Martin. Well, I wonder what they got Martin on. Because Martin wasn't in Vegas. And I don't think they got Martin tied to the extortion, do they? Or do they?
Gotta double check the Martin dude. I think he just got fraud. Let me double check him though.
In the block.
Remember the one nigga dressed up like a girl?
Oh yeah, him and
Yeah.
was going back and forth.
Yeah, this is crazy. Damn. So we don't even know what was said on the motherfucking bugs at the shop. It just said it was discussions about the murder.
Yeah, it's like they said it's inculpatory statements, which basically is statements. You know what that means, right? Statements that basically say you did it.
Oh, shit.
But you know when they say you got to turn over all Brady evidence to the defense, that's evidence that you did it or evidence that you didn't do it. So inculpatory means you did it, exculpatory means you didn't. So they're saying that you made statements to all your co-conspirators that you did it. And we got that on wiretap. They didn't say what the statements were, but that you did say those statements on wiretap. And then here's all your actions after that. You went to go press the witnesses, right? They got you doing that. They got you calling pressing witness 2. They got you contacting DS, who they know destroyed the cameras, pulling up on him. They got you pulling up on Robinson, the same thing. But I'm gonna get the actual report. Give me a second.
Yeah, you fucking me up right now. But you're not. You're not fucking me up. Send me your PayPal, baby. I'm gonna tell you why you're not fucking me up. Know why you're not fucking me up?
Because he's not smart.
I always said it, bro.
I know.
Man, let me know if that wire hit too. That's crazy. That's crazy. Damn. I wonder who else he did. Jeez. This shit is wild. I gotta go back to that work. And then you know who they got in the trick bag too? They got Martin in the trick bag because they're gonna ask Martin, did he tell you these things? And they already know he told them because they got the fucking bug, right?
They got the bug in the shop.
But here's the trick bag. If Martin says no, they gonna book him. See, I'm gonna be real, bro. Some of this shit gotta be reevaluated.
In the block.
I need some street niggas on the where the street niggas at, bro? Where's bro? I need to get some street niggas in here, bro. We gotta reevaluate some of this shit.
What's up, homie?
All right, okay, look, G-Way.
Yep.
Now I know what I would do. If this was a situation where I'm Big U and you Bear Claw, and I called you to come to your shop, right? And I come to your shop, and I'm like, hey, homie, you wasn't even with me for the body. You wasn't even with me. Nigga, this murder, woo, 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 woo. Motherfucker shot by the house, boom, 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 bam. But we from the same hood, right? Boom. Now, years later, feds come in, boom. They snatch everybody. Now, we looking at the paperwork where it say my shop was bugged and they got the conversation. Me personally, I'ma say, G Wayne, if you tell them you ain't had a conversation with me, they gonna book you. You my eyes and ears if I'm gone. They know the conversation because they got the fucking bug. If you get in there and tell them, nah, he ain't tell me that, they gonna book you. Your only way out is to say,
In the block.
well, that's what he told me. I just listened. But if you do that, the streets as it's written is saying use a snitch. But they got the motherfucking bug combo already. They telling you they got the bug combo. They telling you, hey, we already got the bug conversation. Like, we got it. They gonna read to you what the fuck you know it was said. But if they say, well, are you gonna collaborate that this is what he told you?
I'm not
I
doing
know what
none of
you
that.
gonna say, G Wayne. You gonna say you ain't supposed to say nothing. This is the listen for everybody listening. This is the reevaluation of what things have been, and not to say we gonna change them. We just really gonna talk about what things have been in the landscape of it, and does it make sense? If a motherfucker impressed play and told you we bugged your shop. We got your convo. He called you, told you he was coming. He came by and told you about this. We know you wasn't involved, but we know he talked to you about it. Are you gonna collaborate that? If you say no,
No.
see, y'all hear this shit? Look, this is why shit is fucked up. Bring levels of it here. Bring poor levels up. This is why shit is fucked up. Now, this just is me. I'm looking at the landscape of it. Me personally, I would want to tell you, G Wayne, hey Wayne, they got the motherfucking bug. Nigga, if you tell them no, they gonna give you 5 to 10 on some bullshit. I need you on the street. You gonna fight me that, homie, they gonna put that in the paperwork. So levels, this is what we debating, levels. And again, we know what the rules are. But when I hear certain shit and I look at it, I be like, damn, that's some fucked up shit that niggas is under. So, they got Big U going to his homeboy Bear Claw shop, right? Bear Claw ain't got nothing to do with the murder. He wasn't around for the murder. But the feds then bugged the shop. So Big U go over there and say whatever he say. Yo, nigga, this murder. Feds then popped up questioning my wife. Little nigga, we killed this nigga. Whatever the fuck he didn't say, right? Boom. You turn around 2 years later, they do a sweep. They pick everybody up. You got the paperwork. The paperwork is saying your shop, Bear Claw shop, is bugged. They got everything Big U said to Bear Claw. So if they ask Bear Claw, hey, we got the bug, this is what he told you, we already know. Are you gonna collaborate it? If he do, they let him walk. If he don't, they want to give him a charge about, some conspiracy shit. I'm looking at this shit and I'm saying, man, if a nigga is looking at the paperwork and they press play and they hear what's on the wire in the bug, why does that nigga have to say, nah, he ain't said that they listening to it? I get what the rules are, bro, but it's like, hold on, bro. Like, what the fuck? They got it.
I
Level.
get all that. Hey, but so you telling me that the nigga had the conversation with him like, man, look, man, just tell him what it is because I need you on the streets. That's what
I
you
mean, me personally, I'ma tell my homie, when I look and see G Wayne, the spot is bugged. They got what I told you. I'm not gonna want. I know if they like, yo, nigga, if you don't collaborate with what we know he told you, you going for conspiracy, we gonna give you a 5 to 10 piece. But yet, I'm looking at being gone all day, and you probably the only motherfucker I can trust with the family or
now
whatever.
have we had this conversation or the people just got me hemmed up?
No, we ain't had this conversation. It just
Then
got
I'm
you
I'm
hemmed
not
up.
cooperating. Then I'm not cooperating, bro. Now,
Oh,
if we had this conversation and you was like, "Look, G Wayne, this what it is, nigga," woo 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 woo, then I could stand on whatever come with that. You feel me? But if we ain't had no conversation and they come and they got questions, nigga, I'm not cooperating.
okay, now watch this. Now watch this, G Wayne. I'm glad you said that, right? Now, you looking at the paperwork in front of you, they didn't press play of the whole conversation. You hear they got your shit bugged. Nigga brought you the conversation. So when they press play and you read the paperwork in front of you on the indictment that they bugged G Wayne's shop, and when such as Wack called G Wayne to pull up on this time and date, he said he was at this shop, they named the shop address. Wack pulled up and had detailed conversations about the murder to G Wayne. Boom, 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 bam. And they pull, and you reading it.
I ain't got nothing for them. They got what they got, but they
Hey
ain't gonna
yo,
get no
hey
help from
yo,
me.
kids, this why I tell y'all, stay the fuck away from the streets.
I mean,
This is a message. This is the rules of the streets. I always tell y'all, it's an irrational thing that don't make sense half the fucking time. But stay the fuck away from the streets, because what G Wayne is saying makes sense because that's the rules of the streets. But if you're a logical thinking human being, it really makes no sense. But it makes sense because that's the streets. G Wayne just told y'all, if they press play, let him hear me talking to him, let him see the paperwork that they had the spot bug, show him this in the indictment, he's still gonna say,
But
I
I
don't know what you're talking about.
gotta go with G Wayne on this one because if I don't talk to you, I can't go in there and throw you under the bus without me talking to you
Now
because
stop right there, Levels.
that's gonna stick on me. That's
Level.
gonna
No,
go on
no, no,
my
I
name.
hear you, but Levels, this is what I'm telling you. Let me give another way of putting it for the debate. If it's on recording and documented and you see it and hear it, do you still lie about it?
Ain't nothing I can say. If it's still on recording, you got me on recording,
It's on recording.
Just ask for your lawyer.
you ain't nothing I can say. Ain't got
They
no
got
words.
me coming
They
to your
got me.
shop, Levels. Listen, I'll call you. Nep, where you at? Nigga, I'm at the shop. Okay, I gotta pull up on you. All right, I be here. I come in there. You ain't knowing your shop bugged up because they know I fuck with you, right? They like, this might be one of the spots. They roll the dice, bug your shit. I come in that motherfucker. Man, people come by my house, talk to my wife. Motherfucker did this. talking about this murder that happened with this fool. This what happened. Whoa, 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 whoa. They do the sweep 2 years later, pick you up right along with it. And in the indictment paperwork that you read, you see that your spot was bugged. This is the time and date they said Wack called you that I pulled up. They saying it was a class A, whatever, wiretap placed at the
in the block.
fucking spot. And this was what was discussed. So they like, all right, Levels, um, you see what's going on, right? We know he came to see you. We know we got your spot bugged. We got the whole recording. Are you gonna collaborate that he came and see you and had this conversation? Or you gonna say you don't know what we talking about?
I'm gonna have to say I don't know what y'all talking about, man.
Not at all.
So you got to take the 5 to 10.
Man, before I put some smut on my name, and if I don't talk to you, now if I talk to you, say, look, Neff, you got to go bite that bullet. Just do that. Hey, I'm already done. Put
I'm done.
everything
I
on
need
me.
you out there, nigga. They already got the records. Nigga, ain't nothing you can do.
Oh
They
yeah, I'm gonna
got
tell
it.
them. I'm gonna tell them what they want to hear after I talk to you. I don't talk to you. I can't necessarily say that because that shit might backfire
Now
on me.
watch this. Now Kobe,
What's going on, Wack?
what do you do in this situation, Kobe? You.
To be honest, I've been in and out. I haven't even been
Okay,
listening to
I
what's going on.
called you, right?
Yeah.
You got a shop. I said I need to holler at you. You like, I'm at the shop. I pull up to the shop. I tell you, bro, motherfucking homicide detectives, feds came by, motherfucking asking questions about this motherfucking murder and shit. Boom, 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 bam. Nigga, that happened in Vegas and boom, 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 right? You
Yeah.
listening to me. Now, the whole time, you don't know
In the
that
block.
your motherfucking shop is bugged up. It's bugged already.
Oh
So two
shit.
2 years later, you ain't got nothing to do with the murder, nothing. I'm coming and tell you these details, right?
Yeah.
2 years later, they come sweep, pick everybody up, pick you up. You get the paperwork. The paperwork show when I called you, time and date, it showed that your spot was bugged, wiretapped, and they got the recording of what I was telling you. So they say, hey, are you gonna collaborate what we know he told you that we got on recording? Or you gonna say you don't know and take this 5 to 10?
That's some bullshit, dude. I'm gonna have to say I don't know, man. And we gonna have to take it. It don't make no sense because, but that shit. Damn,
Hey,
that's
yo,
a
hey,
crazy ass
yo, hey,
situation,
Levels, when
man.
you sitting back listening to this shit, it sound
Yeah,
crazy, right?
yeah, it's crazy.
Damn, dude.
Now, if you call me and we put together the play,
Yeah,
cool.
Then I get it, but if I ain't had no contact with it, you just coming in and talking and telling me the details about it.
but Kobe, here go the thing.
Damn.
Here go the thing.
Yeah.
You reading on the paperwork that they got the wire, they got the recording already. They already got it. So whether you say yes or no,
No.
the no's mean you got to go do 5 or 10. The yes mean you go home, right? They got it either way.
Damn, that's cold. See, yeah, and you learned that the nigga was on some dumb shit the whole time. So it'd be like, well, why the fuck am I gonna go? Why am I gonna not go
If
cooperate and
I'm,
say, hey, I don't got nothing to do with that. He
but
just came
look,
over here doing it. That's what would make
yeah,
sense. But
but
that's if you're a regular
you
person.
know how niggas initially think. You probably
No,
thinking,
I know how street niggas think,
he
right?
probably think Bear Club has, that nigga the fast, he got his shop bugged. He set me
No,
up.
no, no. You can
Damn.
see that all the wiretaps and all the shit is coming from his phone. It's coming from everybody he's calling. That's what they following. So it ain't no mystery with that, right? His shit is wired up because of him. Cause he probably on
Yeah.
the meet me at Bear Claw spot. Meet me at Bear Claw spot. Okay. You know, I like they do the mafia. You know, they all had a little spot. They got John Gotti the same way. Remember the old lady house, right? Bug that motherfucker up. Kids, this is why you don't join gangs. This is why right here, because
Put dude in a trick bag.
you're gonna be forced to do some irrational shit that makes no sense at all. Now, if I ask Drewby, he gonna say what you say. Brock, he fucked up in the head too. I don't know how he got fucked up, but he fucked up in the head. I really wanted him way
I'll
on
be
Square
home at
side.
30, 36. Uncle, I'll be home at 36. That's all you just told me. Because in the beginning, I can't do it to myself. Yeah, I ain't
Listen,
got the
see,
backing to
Brock
stand up
fucked
that
up. See,
tall.
Brock, he like you, Levels. You niggas ain't from no gang or nothing, but y'all hustlers, right? And he didn't grew up around some shit. So he fucked up. Drew be an ex-con. Kobe surprised me. I for sure thought Kobe was gonna say, oh no. Bang, he didn't been to the joint. Uh Motherfucking Alex? Oh, Alex going home. Wait, y'all got it on recording already? Alex gonna say,
Really?
they're gonna be like, Alex, man, they said, hey, man, they fucking had it on fucking the bug, man. They fucking had it the bug, and I heard it and I read it, so, like, it doesn't make any sense. Whether I said yes or no, they're gonna fucking use it anyway. Like, yes means I'm here now, and I sent him money, I checked on his wife, but no means I'm there with him, and I can't do nothing for nobody. Like, they fucking had it. Either way. Alex going home. Nigga, Alex brain is gonna say, this makes no sense. You guys already have it. So you got it on recorded. Let me see it. Let me hear it. Boop. Alex hears it. Let me read it. He sees it. Alex's mind is gonna say, makes no sense for me to stay in jail. Either way it goes, he's gonna be in jail. If I say yes, he's gonna be in jail. If I say no, he's gonna be in jail. The only difference is I get out because they have what they need to keep him in jail. That's the logical way that a normal human being is gonna think. Am I right, Eric?
Spin the block.
Eric, you can be square, Eric. We don't expect you to be no thug.
I'm going home tomorrow.
The kids, stay your ass out the streets.
Yeah, that's a fact because niggas going niggas gonna use whatever they gonna use to point the finger on you, man.
That's it.
Now your name on that paperwork, and that paperwork gonna follow you for the rest of your life. You might as
Yeah.
well, you can't do nothing.
No, you got, and if that happens, you gotta go, nigga, backwoods somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And shit, and get you a girl like that girl I put on my PTR, look like her, and lay low.
Yep.
That's it. I mean, on my IG, you know what I'm saying? Lay low. Just get you a girl that you can't tell if it's a man or a woman, and just lay low. Yeah, these niggas think they gonna play with me and think I'm gonna mention their name. Levels, I know how to beat a nigga up without even saying his name. That nigga over there fuming. Yeah, nigga, you been hollering my name for a month. I will not utter your name, but let me give you something to be mad about. Everybody under the goddamn IG post said look like a man.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, this is RB. You hear what's going on, right? They got Big U, Bear Claw's right hand man, right? So I guess they always hearing this nigga saying, meet me at Bear Claw shop. So you know what they do? They go bug the shop. Right? And when they bug the shop, the feds go pull up on his wife. Whoa, 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 whoa. She tell him. He call, I need to come holler at you. They got all this shit. He go over there. He go in there and get to talking about the murder. The bug is picking everything up. So when they do they sweep, they pick Bear Claw up too. But they tell him, Bear Claw, hey, you gonna collaborate what he said in your shop? We got it right here on the bug.
Spin the block.
We got it. They showing you in the paperwork. Press play. You hear it. If Bear Claw says, no, I'm not gonna collaborate it, they gonna give him 5 to 10. And he gonna stay in jail. If he say yes, I'm gonna collaborate it, he go home, Big U still in jail regardless. But then they say he's a snitch. But they got it anyway.
Oh.
The street nigga can't say nothing.
Yeah, but the civilian can, because they already got it.
Yeah, but Kobe didn't win in the streets. I'm blaming Drewby for that shit. How Kobe get up like that?
Damn.
I know Brock up. I don't know why Brock. He's fucking.
The thing is, because I'm thinking like you probably, if I get at her, you got a chance. If I don't,
No, Brock.
because
They got it on
but what if they
wiretap.
did something illegal on the wiretap? They got to throw that bitch out. Now I'm not gonna. You see what I'm
Right
saying?
about
Like I
that.
just can't. I can't even let you tell me to do it. Even if you told me, because I'm gonna say, you know what, OG just trying to be a good nigga. He panicking though. I gotta still stay solid. I can't do it because they might throw that bitch out. And the only thing they have is me cooperating
You
to it.
cooperating.
And that's
He
why I
right. He
can't. Yeah.
got a
So
point.
so so even on some street shit, I just can't even. I can't see myself cooperating against you. And
Got a
I'm only
point
facing
on that.
five, and you facing a L. Like that's. I just can't see
Got
it.
a point. He got a
Yeah.
point. He got a point.
Cause the
He
wild
got a
rap
point
gotta
on
be
that.
all the way
Fight it
thorough.
to the
Remember what them
end.
niggas did with you in Texas? They fucked up just on some simple shit. A wiretap gotta be
Yeah.
thorough, nigga.
Yeah.
That's what
Right
that's the, you
about
know what
that.
I'm saying? So I'm already knowing my pops beat a case off of a faulty wiretap. So like I
You
just don't
right
see it.
about that. See now Brock fucked up because he grew up around some shit. I would love for Brock to be all the way L7.
I'm there though. I'm just not in those shit. You
No,
feel me?
you're not. You're fucked up, Brock. You're like us.
But
You're
I don't
fucked
see
up.
nothing though, Unc. I don't even be in the way, so I don't even know what's going on. So they come to
Let me
me,
tell you
I don't
what's
even
so
know what's
dangerous
going
about these
on.
times.
I'm pulling
I'm
the
telling
Wack.
everybody now, you gotta limit your friends, bro, that you deal with in certain ways, bro. Because these niggas will be in the middle of some shit and you don't even know. Nigga may call you, hey bro, can I come park this car at your crib? Oh yeah, no problem. You don't even know what's going on. And now they just scooped you up. Well, who left this car at your crib? You get what I'm saying?
Spin the block.
That quick. That quick. And you like, damn, if I tell them who left the car at my crib, I'm telling. You get what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying?
You gotta limit. You gotta really be. You cannot really do too much of nothing,
Mm.
bro.
So everybody out on bond except for Bricc Baby. I mean except for Luce Cannon and Big U.
Uh, yup.
Spin the
That's
block.
on
Bricc
that.
Baby came home. He
No,
got to
no,
come
no.
home.
Well, Brick Baby ain't. He's not in the indictment because when you read it, he's a victim. He was getting extorted too by Big U.
So they picked him up on some other shit.
Gun cases. The gun case I've been telling people he had.
Oh, okay. It just happened to be all at the same time as all this because they probably trying to get him. Okay, I'm peeping it.
So you saying prior to 2021, 2022, wasn't no chatter till 2023. 2 years later, and they knock on the door. That'll nigga whole day up. Especially on the body, a nigga didn't thought he got away. Nigga thought he got away. They thought it was a cold case. Straight up. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, he that would through the red flag. Look, when they talked to the family was like, yeah, he usually call, he stopped calling, and come to the funeral. My son lived with him and all, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you made it seem like it was a problem.
Spin the block.
That's a fact. Yeah, go pay for the funeral. They they'll pay for the mother funeral, bro.
Clubhouse TV. Clubhouse TV. Clubhouse TV.
Good YouTube, it's Clubhouse TV, back with another one where the streets talk and we listen. Y'all heard the content, man. Wack taps in as the exposers dig deep into the paperwork of Big U, Bricc Baby, and Loose Cannon. But the convo gets so real that they almost crash out on each other. Let's
Spin the
break it
block.
down now. Wack 100 pulled up with the energy as the exposer started going line by line.
through the paperwork. Now the tension hit different when they brought up Bricc Baby's past threats, allegations of cooperation, and the whole narrative that he's being protected from a RICO. But Wack didn't hold back. He called out inconsistencies. And once Big U's name got mentioned, things got even more heated. The exposure tried to connect the dots, behind the scene politics, old cases, and what Wack says is an unspoken deal that kept certain names out of the headlines. Now, Prince and Lavish went back and forth. Prince, they both passionate about this. They just want to get it right. No mistakes. And Prince ain't gonna let that happen. Lavish just trying to get an understanding of what's going on. He couldn't see what Prince wanted to, what Prince could see, and he needed to see it. And Prince told him to go look for it, and asked Prince to send it. Prince told him to go find it himself. A little stressful, but ain't nothing the exposures can't handle, man. They all right. You heard Prince just say they just want to get it right, man. That's all that matters is them getting it right. No bad blood between them two. Wack ain't gonna let that happen anyway. You know what I mean? But Wack's been calling it for years that Big U gotta get out of jail free card and moves like he got government clearance. But while breaking it down, like I said, one of the exposers nearly lost his cool and almost crashed out. Now, when they pivoted to Luce Cannon's paperwork, Wack shook his head. He said Luce got caught in a trap of his own, trying to move like a street general, but talking like he forgot the mic was hot. The exposures pulled up audio, it was messy. And one of them said this is why folks keep ending up in cages. They talk too much trying to look real. But right there, another exposer slammed the table, screaming that he personally knew dudes who got hit because of this mess. Now, this ain't no regular drama. It's a ticking time bomb. They want to know what's going on. Where's Luce's minutes? Where's the minute work at? Where's the work? No one can find it at this moment, so it's got everyone scratching their heads about Luce Cannon. Wack said the streets is watching, and the feds are too. So stay tapped in because this definitely ain't over. If you haven't, subscribe to Clubhouse TV, where we bringing you the unfiltered truth every time. Let me know what you think about the content in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're always notified when I drop new content. And subscribe to the media team so you get that exclusive Wack 100 content. As always, I'll certainly appreciate y'all checking out Clubhouse TV. I'm off to the next one. I'm out, y'all.